Hello and welcome. My name is Leon. You better know me as Setters out on our group L61, part of the Knights Templar. And I'm going to share with you today my process and how I go through doing the fusions or the shard events for new champions and why I do it and my philosophy behind it and what all goes into it. I hear a lot of people talking about double dipping, and that is something I really focus on hard. And as an example, one of the things I really like doing, this is a quintuple dip or pentuple dip. I always have it doesn't have to be all the same guy, but all the same level. So these are all level 4 guys, 4-star guys that I'm bringing up. You can see they're all going to go up one level. And if you notice, they're all going to finish at the same time. Why do I do that? So then I only have to click on this once going through. So as I do this, it's going to take me about a week to upgrade all 5 of those guys and be ready for my fusion. Or not fusion, but to upgrade the fusion guy that I'm getting. What do I do to prepare the week before? I try to save at least 3,000 energy. Why? You tend to get about 1,000 energy a day. It's actually a little less. It's like 800 energy a day. But I try to save up at least 1,000 or 4,000, 3,000. And I find that if I have 3,000, I have enough energy. I try to have at least 1,000 gems because you never know when you need extra energy and all that kind of stuff. And plus, you can get energy from the clan shop. You know, sometimes there's energy here, sometimes there isn't. But you can buy energy here. You can also buy energy at the arena, tag arena here. You can go to the bazaar and you can buy energy here. And sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So I always try to have about 3,000 energy before an event starts. The second thing I try to have is I try to do 8-30-30. I don't have 8 sacred shards yet. But for the summon rush and for the champion chase, you want to have about 8-30-30. Now, that is based on figures that if you do the summon rush, which we do tomorrow, it takes 8 sacreds to do that. And then the 30-30 is if ancient shards are at 2x, it takes 30 ancient shards to do approximately. There's RNG in this, obviously, but it takes approximately 30 ancient shards to do a summon rush. And it also takes about 30 void shards to do a summon rush. So it depends upon which one is at 2x. The thing that I know that I'm sitting at right now is if I do, if it's void shards that's 2x next Friday, then I will pull the 16 of these and I'll pull 30 of these because it'll take at least 30 ancients to get that done. If ancients are 2x, it'll take 30 ancients. I won't have to touch my void shards. And if I'm not mistaken, I think next week is going to be the ancient 2x. So I'm going to go 30 ancients, and I'll hopefully be able to save my voids, and I'll be able to use my sacreds. Tomorrow, I'm going to be 1 sacred short. I'll probably use my primal shard and a handful, I think 4 void shards, and I should be able to get everything that I need. So that's kind of my thoughts on the shards. What do you need? But let's look at the actual event. Here's the event, and I am going to go through and do a handful of classic takedown because that's where I'm at, and I can do the classic takedown and get that done right away. There is no double up. There's no way to double up points. Fire Knight, I'm not going to touch it till tomorrow. Then I'm going to during work, set my auto stuff up to automatically do it to double up on Fire Night and Dungeon Divers. I've noticed that it takes about an entire Fire Night tournament and an entire Spider tournament to do one Dungeon Divers. So I'll do the first half with Fire Night, second half with Spider to finish off the Dungeon Divers event. Summon Rush, we already covered that. I'll cover that tomorrow. The good news is when I do the Fire Night, I would have gotten some shards. Oh, and I forgot to mention how much money I like having on hand. I like having approximately, to be honest with you, I like having about 8 million, but 10 million is probably the mark I aim for of silver waiting. So when I have some money primed, when I leave the events, I should have about 10 million left. So that's where I'm sitting. But back to this, the artifact enhancement is, going through. So I'll sell off most of the equipment that I get from the Fire Night tournament, and we'll go into the artifact enhancement. When I do that and I get all my stuff done, I'll show you the process that I do to collect equipment. I think it's the most efficient. It may not be the best. I think it's the most efficient. And so we'll cover that tomorrow. And I'll also do all my polls online with you guys tomorrow so you can see the polls. I know that it's not going to be exciting. It's going to be 8 freaking polls. But let's see what we get. The one thing that worries me on this is the Hero's Path. The reason I say the Hero's Path worries me is I see 1, 2, 3 artifact enhancements. So it's not going to be part of... I can just about guarantee you Hero's Path will not have artifact enhancements on it. I see 1 Dungeon Divers, 2 Dungeon Divers, and they don't overlap. I have a feeling that this is going to be Dungeon Divers. The other side of that, I'm willing to bet, is going to be... And they said they wouldn't do this, but they said they wouldn't do it this year in 2023. It's now 2024. I am betting that it's going to be the Soul Stones. And I don't have nearly enough of these. So I have a feeling that we're going to have a lot of work to do to get the necessary shards for the Hero's Path. Is going to probably come through the dungeon or the dragon tournament, which I'm glad because I really like the dragon tournament. And the champion chase, or not champion chase, the champion training. And I'm betting there's only 1 champion training here that I see. So I bet Hero's Path, the 3 things that'll be is Dungeon Divers, the Soul Stones, and the champion training. Because usually they have 2 champion trainings, if not 3. So that's my bet. And so that will make me very happy if that's the Hero's Path. Because my team for Dragon is very... excuse me. My team for Dragon is very simple. I run Ornn, and that's it. And you'll see it tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, next week. I run Ornn and food. And so I'm constantly leveling up food while I'm doing the dragon. So to me, this is awesome. I am very happy for it. And I think this falls in line with how I play. I do not have... Of all these, I have a very good Fire Night team. It's 100%. It works well, and it works not extremely fast. It's 3 minutes fast, but it still works fast enough. So I'm fine with the Fire Night being tomorrow. I'm going to set it up to run through about 30, 40, 50 runs, depending upon how much we get, and then run the last couple runs with you guys watching, and then do my polls after that. The spider den, I do very well. I'm very happy with that. It's under a minute. Actually, I do this one. I do it in 30 seconds, pretty much all the time. And I'm not going to share that with you guys. I'll show you the last one or two, but yeah, this all makes a lot of sense for my getting the dungeon divers taken care of and done. So, video rise, you'll get today's video where we talk about this whole map. And that was the one thing that I forgot to bring up, which I should have. This calendar comes out. Map out what you're going to do. Because here I can only lose, yes, there's 130, but if you take away these 20 leader points, it's down to 110. I can only miss 10 points, and that's it. And I'm going to tell you, for me, the 10 that I'll probably lose will probably be 5 from this Dungeon Divers, because it's going to overlap with the spider that I'm already using for this Dungeon Divers. So I'm going to probably skip this one, and probably skip either the Artifact Enhancement or the Ice Golem Tournament, depending upon how much money I have at the time, and how much energy I have at the time, because that'll probably be the 10 that I skip. I may not skip the Dungeon Divers at all, but I'm betting I'll skip the Dungeon Divers and go here. It just depends upon what's happening with the Hero's Path. So, that's what's going on. We'll have one video here for that today. We'll have one video for Fire Knight Tournament and Summon Rush and Dungeon Divers. We'll do one video for Spider, Dungeon Divers, and Champion Training. We'll do all those together so you can see those happen. And Artifact Enhancement. We'll do one video on all of those all at once. And then we'll do a video on the Dragon, Artifact Enhancement, Hero Path, Champion Chase. I'll separate the Champion Chase from the Dragon, so it'll be one for these, and then one for the Champion Chase, probably Hero's Path, just to give you an update of where I'm at. And maybe I might do something on Classic Arena Takedown too. Doubt it, because you're going to get a little bit of takedown right now while I finish talking. So I'm excited with where we're at. This is I vary my team, but it's generally either this, or this. It just depends upon what they have there. So I'm gonna probably run the rabbit today, or right now, because it deals best with this. And let's give her a go. And once again, this isn't very exciting because it's just a single, but got to show at least a little bit of the game in a video about the game. That kind of wraps up everything that I'm doing, giving you guys updates as to where we sit, what's going on, and as I said, you're going to learn what I do. As I said, what I do is not necessarily the best way to do things. It's the way that I do things. I know that a lot of people, when they go into campaign, they go out to the Brimstone Path and do the shield here because it's the most money, most experience. I don't like that. My place that I go is I either do speed boots or stage 7, because the reason I do that is 1 out of about maybe 1,000 you will get a rare boots that are speed with accuracy, or accuracy and something else. And those are worth more money to me. When I say money, I'm talking silver and experience, than the few extra silver and experience that you get. So that's it. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you guys later.